No, I didn't. We're going to continue talking about function tables. We're going to be working with them something kind of different today with those. Just to kind of review quickly from yesterday, if I had Sorry, I'm supposed to use pencil. It makes it easier. This is just a little quick review from yesterday. If I had a function table like this, where they've given me both the x and the y, there's a few things I could find. One, I could find slope. How can I find slope with that information right there? Gavin? Okay, I could graph my points. Let's see, -1, -4. So I go -1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is -1, -4. And then 2, 8. So I go over 1, 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I got my 2 dots. And I'm going to count rise over run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3. 12 over 3 is what? 4. So my slope is 4. Okay? However, if I wanted to find slope, I can use rise over run. What if I really didn't want to get the graph page? Man, there's like some big numbers like 24 or something like that. What else could I do?
You can do slope formula.
Okay, I can use rise over run, or I can use y2 minus y1. You need to know this formula for Friday, especially x2 minus x1 if you don't. And I can pick my points. Just my first 2 sets of points, and I can label it x1, y1, x2, y2. And then I plug those points back into my formula. So y2 is 8 minus -4. And then x2 is 2 minus -1. I kind of like this one because it has some negatives in there. If I have a minus, what do I do to that? Change it to plus, plus. So 8 plus 4 is 12. 2 plus 1 is 3. And we have said 12 over 3 is 4. So my slope is 4. So we know that the slope of this is 4. Well, what about if it asked me for an equation? Instead of asking for slope, if it said, hey, what is the equation? And instead of saying equation, there's something else they could say. And I want you to know this. They could say equation, or they could say rule. If they ask for the function rule, that is the same thing as the equation. You would do it the same way. To find the equation, what else do I have to have? The y-intercept. What equation am I following? What does my equation need to look like? Y equals mx plus b. Very good. I'm going to take this first set of points. Do I have to take these points? Let's say I really don't like negatives. Can I take these points? I can take 2, 8. 2 is the x, the 8 is the y. My m is 4. In finding my slope, I have found half of my equation. I know it has to be y equals 4x. If I look down there and I see it's not 4x, then I can eliminate those. But I'm looking for that b, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to now plug in my numbers where letters were. Starts out with y. Well, I look over here, y is 8. Equals, the next letter is m, that's 4. And then x is 2. Now once I plug in my stuff, what do I do? What do I do first over here? No divide. Multiply. 4 times 2 is 8. After you multiply, what do you do with this number? Move it over, change the sign, and subtract. Ooh, and 8 minus 8 is what? 0. Now, they're not going to say y equals 4x plus 0. They're just going to say y equals 4x. That's your equation. That's your slope. That's your equation. Okay? Well, today, we're going to be doing something a tad bit different with function tables. They're actually going to give us the x I don't know why I said 7. I should have said 4. They're not going to give us the y, but they are going to give us the equation. But they're going to give us the x, they're going to give us the equation, and we have to solve to find the y. Okay? Now, these are very simple. On these equations, all you have to do is you take your x and you're going to plug it into where your x is to solve for your y. Because right here it says, hey, y equals, you input this x, this is what's happening to it, and it's going to shoot out that y. So when I say, okay, I'm going to put a 1 where the x is. Wherever your x is, you need to put it in parentheses because this means 2 times x. So I'm going to say 2 times 1 plus 1. All I did was take that x and put it where that x is. So what's 2 times 1? 2 plus 1 is what? 3. So when x is 1, y is 3. Alright, so now it says, okay, x is 3. Well, I'm going to put 3 where the x is. And I'm going to do what it says. 2 times 3 is what? 6 plus 1 is what? 7. So when x is 3, y is 7. So now it says, all right, x is 4. So I'm going to put 4 where the x is, and I say 2 times 4, which is what?
8.
And 8 plus 1 is 9. So when x is 4, y is 9. Then it says, okay, if x is 5, what's y? Well, 2 times x is 10 plus 1 is 11. Okay? Count this one. You've got some negatives in here. Again, you've got your x's. you've got your equation, and it's going to give you the y's. Okay? So, I want us to look at this one because of this right here. This is one that kids miss a lot because there's already a negative in our equation, in our rule. And then I look over here and I say, okay, well, wait a minute. They want to know if what if x is negative 5? Now remember, when you plug that number in where x is, put it in parentheses. So I've already got a negative over here. I can't leave that negative on. Then in parentheses, I'm going to put negative 5. Now technically, there's a number right here. Just like technically, there's a number right there. What number is that? Technically, it's a negative 1, right? So when I say negative 1 times negative 5, what do I get? I get positive 5. And then 5 plus 5 gives me what? 10. So when x is negative 5, y is 10. So this is all right. What about if x is 4? Well, over here I have a negative. I can't just get rid of that negative. I've got to keep it. But in parentheses, I'm going to put 4, and then your plus 5. Well, this is saying, all right, negative 1 times 4 gives me what?
Negative 5. I mean negative 4.
Negative 4. And then negative 4 plus 5 gives me what? Non-negative, positive what? Positive 1. So it says, all right, now we're going to put 3. Well, I have a negative over here. In parentheses, I'm going to put a 3. So I say negative 1 times 3 gives me what? And negative 3 plus 5 gives me what?
2.
Positive 2. Okay, now we're going to put in a negative 1. Well, I already have a negative sign over here. But in parentheses, I'm going to put in negative 1. But now when I work it out, a negative 1 times a negative 1 gives me what? A positive 1. And then 1 plus 5 gives me what? 6. So when x is negative 1, y is 6. Then it says, okay, we got a 2. Well, I've got a negative sign. Then in parentheses, I put 2 plus 5. But a negative 1 times 2 is what? And a negative 2 plus 5 is what? Positive 3. Do you see how you do that? It's not real complicated. You just put it in. But now listen, you need to use those parentheses around that or you're going to get confused.